Old School Scares. We're going to have something a little different today. I went to a collectible show for sports collectibles. I collect baseball cards, mainly basketball actually, but I collect sports cards. I have for a long time. If you see on the channel, I collect sneakers. I collect, hobby stuff for sports along with my horror stuff. I've always loved having the different collectibles. At the show today, I found some really cool horror-themed collectibles, so I'm going to share them with you. We have a pack of creature feature cards from 1973, so 50 years old. We have a pack, that's from Topps. We have a pack of OPC Fright Flicks cards from 1988. And then I picked up some 1980s Creatures cards that I'll share with you that are already open. I bought some one-offs to tie into my favorite director. So I'm going to go and show you those first, and then we'll cut into these two packs of cards and see if we find anything cool, and show you kind of what the hobby's evolved through for the last 50 years with some of the cool collectibles out there. All right, guys, so I have these cards right here I want to share with you, and you're probably saying to yourself, if you know me, you know I love the Creature from the Black Lagoon. So I found these sets. These cards were a couple of bucks a piece. So we have these are from from Universal Studios from 1980. So we have our Creature from the Black Lagoon, our Revenge of the Creature movie poster, and another Creature from the Black Lagoon card. And you'll notice we also have the Incredible Shrinking Man, and we have Tarantula. For anybody that knows me, I am a giant Jack Arnold fan. Jack Arnold did Creature from the Black Lagoon. He did Tarantula. He did the Incredible Shrinking Man. When I think about quintessential 50s horror movies, there are like 5 movies that stand out to me. 3 of the movies that are here. I love Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I love Godzilla. And what people didn't realize is in the 50s, the way they could get like some of this, what they would almost consider subversive context out there, was to frame it in the vein of horror. With something like Godzilla, which was kind of a cautionary tale around nuclear war, nuclear power, and what had happened to Japan. Invasion of the Body Snatchers was this whole take on communism, where your neighbors lost their sense of self, and there was this one collective that was terrifying, and you lost your emotion. You got into Tarantula, again, using understanding the upcoming challenges of a demanding society when it came to food supply, and using radioactivity to try to change that. The Incredible Shrinking Man, going through this radioactive particle cloud, and then just changing fundamentally, and that whole change in his movie. And then obviously Creature from the Black Lagoon, as we evolved society, we were less and less in the dark of different things that were out there. So that movie was all about, that self-discovery and still those hidden things out in our universe that we knew nothing about, that were in our own backyard. So all of these allegories for all these different things out there. What I really liked about Jack Arnold, and the reason I love these movies, is I think his movies weren't goofy. Again, by today's standard, they're very, very tame. But when you think about what these movies brought to the table and how different they were than everything else out at the time, and how serious they were. I mean, go back and watch Incredible Shrinking Man right now. That last little bit of despair at the end of that movie is gut-wrenching. Tarantula, again, I love the effects. I love the movie itself. I think any big bug movie I'm a huge fan of. And for everybody that knows me, Creature is my favorite monster of all time. I think it's such a cool-looking creature design. So I absolutely love that movie. So let's open up a couple of packs and see if we find anything cool. All right, guys, so I got to hold this. So I'm going to try to do this with one hand. This is a sealed pack from 1973. From everything I can see online, this is a what they call a fun pack. So it's a smaller pack. There is a pack of gum, or a piece of gum in here. So let's see if we find anything good in here and we discover it together as we go through. It looks like there is just 2 cards in the pack, and this very, very old gum that I'm sure has destroyed this second card because it is absolutely stuck to it. So let's see what the 2 cards we have in here. So we have My Girdle is Killing Me. I'm not sure what movie that is from. And then we have Ho Hum Must Have Overslept. So these cards are pretty goofy, right? So I'm not even sure what movies this is from. But pretty goofy cards. Nothing I'm super excited about. I would have loved to pull a Frankenstein or a Wolfman. Again, I think this pack was $7. So a fun pack. 2 cards, one bad stick of gum, nothing to write home here. Let's open up our Fright Flicks and see if we find something better in there. All right, guys, we got our Fright Flicks. We had 2 options. We had one with Freddy on it, and I want to say the other one was from, shoot, I'm trying to think. It was a vampire movie. It might have been Fright Night. So I went with the Freddy pack. Same thing. Forgive me, I'm opening with one hand as I'm holding the camera here with the other. Let's see if we find something cool here, because like I said, that Universal or that Topps Monsters was kind of a dud. So it looks like our first card is an Aliens card, so that's kind of cool. We have some gum that is absolutely destroyed, which sucks because that's a really cool Freddy card from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, but that gum is just destroyed that card. So that one is pretty fried. It looks like we have a second Nightmare on Elm Street card underneath it, so let's see if we can get to that one, how that one is. So we have a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 card here. Is that a... I'm trying to see what card that is. That's from Alien, okay. Okay, yeah. So that's when Harry Dean Stanton's character gets killed in Alien. You can see these cards are pretty tore up from just being how old they are and being in the wax. This card is from Day of the Dead. So not too bad. Let's see, we have a Poltergeist card here, which is kind of cool. Looks like we have another Poltergeist card here. And then our final card is from Aliens with the Alien Queen. So I think this was like $8 as well. So this is kind of neat. Again, nothing, look, I know these cards aren't going to be worth a ton, but the nostalgia of opening up, I'm actually pretty bummed out that that Freddy card is pretty beat up. That's probably the coolest card in the set. They're not a bad Poltergeist card. The Aliens card is pretty cool too. So just something a little different as I was out shopping today and kind of doing, like I said, buying some sports collectibles, finding some cool old school horror stuff. When you do this, understand there's a good chance that the cards will be pretty beat up because they're old. You can see there's staining on almost all of these cards. The reality is this set's 101 cards. There's not really one card that's worth a whole ton of money, even in like a, you know, a PSA 10. And the same with that other set we did with the Topps, you know, creature feature set. Nothing crazy in there. So I think we spent $15, $2 on those cards. So I might have spent $25 all total today, but it was fun to go in and see what we can find. I enjoyed it. So that's it, guys. Again, I hope you liked the video. If you haven't done so far, please hit that like and subscribe button. We're always trying to find new cool content. You know, I love finding the collectibles for you, so if I can find more cool stuff, I'll let you know. And as always, stay scary.